Stands out about this game today is, around the 6-minute mark, our defense really stepped up, whether it was the two, our zone, or our man, and held them to 4 points going down, to the end of the game. Thought that was really, the difference. I thought. We really did some good things on offense, and then again we got a little stagnant. We got to continue to work on that. But overall, I thought our defense down the stretch was the key, getting stops. I thought our zone was really good. We got to keep working on getting rebounds out of the zone. But overall, I thought it was a collective effort. I was very proud of J.J. Starling. I thought he had a tremendous game. I thought he came in and really set the tone right from the beginning, and everybody else. Everybody that came in the game contributed. Tyler Betsy was really good, big for us. So again, when we make 10 threes, I don't think that's the first time we made 10 threes this year. So I thought that was the difference as well on offense. We shared the ball, we moved it, and we got to continually get better, on that end. But overall, to come out and get a win on the road at Pittburgh, which is a tough place to play, we're excited about that, but we still know we got more work to do.
Coming into the game, you guys were averaging roughly 6.5 threes per game, and then you hit 8 alone in the first half. What led to some of that success?
Well, I think the one thing is, since we've had Donnie back, he's a guy that can, stretch the floor. So when we were getting 6 or 7 a game without him playing, now he's capable of making anywhere from 3 to 5 a game, and and today, he made, he was 3 for 6. That's a big difference, and Tyler Betsy was 3 for 4. So again, and JJ, he made his threes today. So again, when we shoot the ball like that from 3 and we lock it on defensively, we'll give ourselves a chance, pretty much every game.
Coach, on the defensive end, Pitt shot 36% from 3 entering the game. They only shot 19. What was it about your game plan and maybe what your guys did today that helped them? I
thought our guys did a good job of sticking to the game plan. We knew they had some really good shooters, and we wanted to make it tough for them. We wanted to have a level 5 communication of where those guys were at. I thought our guys executed the game plan really well. And to be honest with you, the last 2 games, Georgia Tech was shooting the ball really well from 3, and in Pittburgh as well. So I thought we did a really good job of executing the game plan as far as defending the 3-point line.
Adrian, what was your reaction to William Kyle's putback dunk to start the second half, and how do you feel like that helped improve the momentum of your team today?
Well, my guys act like they'd never seen that before. I mean, he does it a lot. But no, it was, in the moment as a coach, I'm just, trying to calm them down and settle them down. But it was, it was a really thunderous dunk. I think, when you have those type of plays, it can't do nothing but energize your team, your fans. And again, I thought we fed off that energy for a while.
I want to ask you about JJ. You mentioned up top. He was much more aggressive today. Did you have any kind of conversations with him, or what was the difference in the way he played today compared to the way he played in the first 2 ACC games, you think?
I think everyone has to understand, or not understand, but what I think, this is a very talented team. I think we got multiple guys that can score double figures. So, this is, different from last year, where he had to do a lot of heavy lifting. I think, with this team, with Donnie and JJ and Nate George and Betsy and Cayenne, all these guys can score double figures. So, it's really about, him being aggressive. And I thought he was aggressive against Georgia Tech. I tell you, I'll go back and watch it. Took good shots, 1 or 2 or 3s if they go in. One of those two layups that rims out. He has 15, 16 points a game. So, again, the biggest thing about JJ, he just needs to stay aggressive, all right? Stay aggressive, but I love the fact that, he had 4 assists. He defended really well, and got some rebounds. Again, I think, people need to understand JJ is an all-around player right now, right? He's showing that right now. It's not just about scoring. So you can't, for this year in particular, just base it on how many points he scores. Just the impact that he has, his leadership that he has, and he's grown into that. And, I'm just proud of the way he continues to, pick himself up after each game, or good or bad, and readjust. This is his senior year, and he's doing a good job of leading us.
What made the last 2 games? You had a big second half lead that shrinks, but then your guys are also able to sit there and not let it get any worse, and can you come away with 2 road wins? Can you talk about the ups and downs there in the second half of each of the last 2 games?
Yeah, I mean, we've had 2 big dips in the last 2 games, and it's something that we continually need to work on and address. careless turnovers or we kind of lose focus, and we got to work on that. All right, we got to take care of the ball better. We got to continually attack and be aggressive. But typically when those things happen, it's when we stop playing defense. Right, like you can have those dips. Right, like we had that dip in the last 6 minutes, right? But we stopped them, and then when we did score a couple, that made the difference. So, when we have those dips, we got to focus on defense and not on offense.
What made Brandon Cummings difficult to shut down for Pitt today? 29 points off the bench.
Yeah, he was on fire. He made some tough shots. He got into his rhythm. I thought we did a good job of trying to make him work. But he's, we knew he was a scorer. A guy that can, when he gets hot, he's going to be tough to shot, and I thought he made some tough shots. So a lot of credit to him. He's a really good player. But anything in particular, I thought, if you looked at all of his shots, I don't think he had not too many easy ones. Everything was off the bounce or side steps. He made some shots. So so we just wanted to make it tough for him.
Cameron Cohen only had 9 points. What did you do defensively to slow him down?
We tried to give him different looks. We tried to be physical with him. We tried to beat him to the spots. And the biggest thing is, when the ball came to his side, we just wanted to make it tough for him to catch and try to push him out. I thought Soiree and Will and even Donnie for moments, we gave him a couple of different looks.
I know you talked a lot about playing a complete 40 minutes, and you mentioned a couple things that you were unhappy with tonight. But do you feel like this game was your most complete 40 minutes so far this year?
No, not yet. Not yet. I think again, we're jumping out to leads, and I think we got to do a better job of really, when those leads happen, even when we go on our dips offensively, we need to be able to, withstand that and not let these leads shrink as much. But I don't think any coach is typically happy, that you can find something wrong with everything. But I am happy for these guys, the way they fight, the way they stay together. And we just got to continue to improve, on those dips, on those lows. When we do stop scoring, we got to lock back in on defense.
Adrian, you mentioned some of the stagnation in the second half. Do you think that's leading to some of the turnovers, like guys aren't coming to the ball, or, like you're standing and...
Yeah, we talked about, getting open and being hard to guard. And I don't think, I think you're a little spot on with that a little bit. I think we got to do a better job of, getting open, being able to move the ball from side to side, especially, when our bigs have it and we're trying to get it, reverse it, our guards got to do a better job of getting open and getting into the ball, getting into their man and getting open, So we got to do a better job of that, and we got to do a better job of screening. I think the last 2 games we've improved our screening. That's why our offense is improving, and we got to continue to improve on that.
Coach, Sadiq was minus 10 today, 22 minutes in the last 2 games combined. Just how can your coaching staff and the other guys kind of help him adjust to this role off the bench?
Well, that minus 10 doesn't. He played well today. I thought he gave us some energy. I thought he made some plays. I thought Sadiq was really good today. So, that minus 10 doesn't register, on my clock. I thought he was really good. I thought he came in aggressive. We got to do a better job of, obviously, we all got to do a better job getting some rebounds. I thought he could have scrapped a couple out, but I like where Sadiq was at today.
Donnie's been pretty unstoppable since coming back from injury. What do you think has been the biggest key in his development from year 1 to year 2?
I think his physicalness. I think he's really worked on his body. He's stronger. I think that's allowed him to be a better shooter, be a better driver. I think the understanding of what college is about. I think that's really helped him. So a year older. But I think the biggest thing is the way he's changed his body. The strength has allowed him to be more consistent, and driving the ball and shooting the ball.
Got time for one more.
You guys average 7 blocks per game, but this game you only got 1. How could you win using different defensive methods?
I think the biggest thing is what we try to hang our hat on. We don't try to get blocks or steals. We try to keep people in front of us and make them take tough shots. I think that's what we really focus on. I think if we in our positioning, and if we're in our positioning, steals will happen. Blocks will happen. It's we're not secretly, we're not going out there trying to hunt and say, hey, we want to block shots. We just want to play, position, aggressive defense, disruptive defense, and being in the right place.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.